welcome to Topics and Tea, where we both drink tea and spill it. Hello, I'm Kelsey, and this is my friend...
Jessie! That's clever.
And we are here today to talk about bookstores. The rise and fall of bookstores and online bookstores. So, where do you like to buy books?
Personally, I like to buy books from half-price books because...
Is that a website?
No.
Or is that a place here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. You don't have any, do you?
No.
Oh, it's amazing. Half-price books is a nice place. You go in, get books for half the price.
I mean, I kind of gathered that one, but yes, good.
Yeah.
So you're like a brick and mortar kind of person then? You like to go to like a physical store and pick out books?
Yeah, for books that are like for entertainment. I think for like textbooks, definitely not.
Yeah,
Like...
textbooks, Chegg, Amazon, places like that, definitely all the way. See, that's interesting because for me, for books, I always typically go to Amazon. Like, as much as I like having, like, the physical paper books to hold, I prefer... I'm not necessarily not a fan of capitalism. So, like, wherever I can get stuff the cheapest from is where I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm. I feel that.
And, like, I've never been to half-price books, so I can't, like, definitely say, but I feel like... Yes, you should. Go on the Saltmobile sometime. I feel like places like half-price books, you don't always know what books are going to be there.
Mm.
Whereas, like, I need this book on social networking for a class. Not really, I just need to read it for fun, but I will tell myself that I need it for a class because that makes me feel better about myself.
That's a really good point. I think I think half-price books does do a pretty good job with, like, telling you their inventory. I remember I was looking for a book for high school one time, and I was able to look it up and find it at certain half-price books.
That's interesting. And I'm, like, thinking about books that I've purchased in the past, particularly one sheet music book that I think is from, like, a half-price books kind of thing, because it was half the price of its retail.
Haha! Good name!
Good name, yes. So, do you think that, like, places like Amazon have led to the downfall of brick-and-mortar bookstores? Like, they just built a bookstore on Main Street, like, last year.
Did they really?
Yeah, have you not been there? Okay, so apparently Jessie and I are gonna go tour the bookstores in town, but, yeah, there's a bookstore. It's next to the place with the world's best cinnamon rolls, according to the sign. I kind of want to go try their cinnamon rolls.
Oh, hey!
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that would be a really fun hipster thing to do. Speaking of hipsters, I think they have also led to a little bit of a revival.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Like, the same way that, like, vinyl is coming back.
Yeah.
Like, going to the bookstore.
I think they sell vinyl at Barnes & Noble.
Yes, they do. But do you remember Borders?
I do.
You do remember
May it
Borders.
rest in peace.
Yes, there used to be a Borders up in Buffalo, like, in Orchard Park, which means nothing to you, but it's like a suburb which was the mall that my mom and I used to always go to. And on our way back home, we'd have to pass that Borders, and my mom and I would always go buy a book, and I would finish my book before we got back to my hometown in, like, an hour and a half.
That's funny.
Well, because it was always, like, I'd buy, like, an American Girl book, even though, like, I was a little bit too old to be reading them at the time. So, like, here we go. Gonna read all about Kit.
I was so cheap that when I would go to, like, you know, like the chain bookstores, like, what is it, Barnes & Noble?
Barnes & Noble, Borders.
Yeah, I would try to sit there and, like, read the book that I wanted to buy, like, all in one sitting. Yeah.
So that way you didn't have to buy it?
Yeah, it didn't work.
No.
Took a long time.
Took a long time.
It was not a good strategy. But, you know what? I think, like, some bookstores are staying in business. Like, I see, like, more of the small business bookstores staying in business because of the experience that you have when you go in there, like the Book Loft.
Again, I have not been to the Book Loft. I've heard about the Book Loft.
It's very good.
I guess that's the thing. Like, Barnes & Noble are very cookie cutter. If you've been in one Barnes & Noble, you've been in all of them. Whereas, like, you haven't been in the bookstore down the street, but I hadn't been in a bookstore like that before.
Really?
Yeah.
We're definitely going to check that out.
Yeah, we were going to. It's on the walk to Starbucks. Which is why I've been there so many times.
They also put Starbucks in Barnes & Noble.
That's true.
I think that's also what's keeping them alive.
Well, there's a coffee shop attached to the bookstore down the street.
There is? Is that just a thing now?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of a thing, like, tea, or coffee, but tea, goes with books.
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So thanks for coming over.
Oh, yeah.
This went really well.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. And I'll see you around.
Okay, bye.
Get out of my room.
Oh, okay.
Bye.